What's up, YouTube? Did you miss me? Today I'm going to be going through my stretch slash warm-up routine kind of. This is not everything I do because, well, I'm not doing bands. One, because I'm not about to throw. Two, because I don't have anywhere in here to do bands. I'm in my basement, as you can tell. But yeah, this is just everything, or most of the stuff I do just with my own body. You know, you can do this pretty much anywhere. Little to no equipment needed. You might need a foam roller, which I do not have, but that's fine, and a lacrosse slash baseball slash softball, whatever. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. I am not a professional by any sense yet, but I'm just simply demonstrating what I do. I'm not telling y'all to do it. I'm not saying, do this. This is not an instructional video or a tutorial by any means. This is simply me demonstrating it because I'm bored, I need to stretch, and I needed to post something because I haven't posted a video in a long time. But, yeah, so don't take anything I say with, oh, he did it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm not certified in any sports medicine or anything like that. So this is just what I do to get me prepared for games and stretching throughout, the season or throughout the year, whatever it is, just maintenance stretching, as I like to call it. And for me, that's different than mobility stretching, because on mobility days, I'm really trying to push past the limits of what I've been doing in days like this, and just, routine stretching. And what I'm trying to do here is just get loose. But I'm not trying to increase my heart rate or spike my adrenaline or anything like that, because I don't have to do anything after this. Like, once I'm done stretching, I'm gonna go chill, you know what I'm saying? So, and again, it should go without saying, but don't ever, for anything, but especially for this, don't look at what I'm doing and be like, I'm gonna copy his routine exact. Like, take bits and pieces of it for sure, but don't sit here and say, this is the way, because only getting your information from one source is always bad. But I don't know if I said this in the intro, but you don't need anything. I have this mat because I don't want to stretch on the floor. This is hardwood, so I'm not about that. I recommend having water always when you stretch. The only thing I say you really need, and it's not even you need it, it's just, for a stretch, if you don't do it, it's whatever, a lacrosse ball and a foam roller, but I don't have a foam roller, so we're obviously not gonna roll out. I would recommend doing that before you get into it, but I don't have it. So just a lacrosse ball, and yeah. I think I said this too, I'm not doing bands because I'm not about to throw, so there's no point. And I don't have anywhere, to do bands in my basement. So there's that. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, first thing we're gonna do, it's real simple. Just touch your toes, touch the ground as deep as you can get. There's different variations of this. There's one you can do with a partner with just sitting down and the partner pushes your back towards your toes, but I don't have a partner, so we're not gonna do that. But it's real simple, all right, second thing we're gonna do, and this is really in no particular order, it's just kind of how I remember them, because it's not written down anywhere, it's just my process through habit and routine. Now, obviously, I always do legs first before I do upper body, but and there are some things that are in, sequential order, that I'm really on point about. Like, I have to do this before I do this, but most of this stuff is just, whatever comes. So the second thing I'm doing is scoops. Traditionally, you would walk. I'm not going to, because I'm gonna stay on the mat, but real simple, just and not trying to get too deep, do too too much because this is really the first like moving stretch we've done. So I'm not trying to, hurt anything, pop, snap anything. Muscles and tendons and stuff are still very cold, so we're still trying to warm them up, get blood flowing to those areas right now, specifically the hamstring and some of the calf, just so we can, get a little loose. But again, not trying to go too intense too early. All right, next we're going to go into Frankenstein's, which is pretty much, and not really, but it's kind of the same thing as what we just did, except your legs are going this way. So just like this, and let your legs swing back. Don't just stop it here. Let it swing. Let it hang. Just right here. Alright, I can tell I'm about to lose some of y'all, but just bear with me. Next thing we're about to do is a little bit of a split. So, just right here. And what I like to do, like I said, I'm not certified or anything like that, so I don't know, really what it's called, but I just like to pop my hip forward until it clicks. I'm already loose, so I've already done that, but just right here, just throw the hip forward a little bit, and then I'll click, throw the hip forward a little bit, then I'll click, and I stay here with each one because I feel all that stretching, my groin, all that right there on each side for a little bit. And then I just go middle, trying to get my face pretty much as low to the ground as I can. My face and my back. I really want to think about my chest like being flat on the ground. And then reach back. And then collapse this knee, whichever knee you choose. And we're right here. You're trying to keep this as straight as possible, and then we just lean straight into it. You'll feel it all the way up here and in the back too. And then come back to center, and same thing, collapse this knee, get this leg straight, and then just lean. Alright, once we're done with those, just gonna flip over. Knees wide, not too wide. And then we're just gonna basically sit down. Try to get sitting down. Oh, all the way. It's a little bit tough with this thing on, but so, like I said, this 90s, really feel this in here, this right here, just moving through. Alright, now you can, if you have a mat or have a mat, move the mat. Do stuff with a cross ball if you don't have one. You can't do this one. At least there's no way that I know of that you can do it. The cross ball, I don't think a tennis ball will work. Something are lacrosse ball, baseball, softball, a billiard ball. I wouldn't recommend that, but teach his own. So it's right here, put it on the ground. All we're gonna do is whatever hip you choose to go first, and just lay on it. Oh, hello. All right, next, this isn't really a stretch, it's more, focused on mobility and moving. But if you can find something that's like hip height or a little bit shorter, that's perfect. I don't really have anything like that. I can move some stuff around, but it's really not that serious. Basically, open and close the gate, right? Just right here, just trying to get as high as you can or as wide as you can. So don't just be high here and then like drop. Like you're really trying to step over something right here. All right, so this is one of those stretches that is very important that I do the lacrosse ball on the hip first. Usually I would do, lacrosse ball on the hip right and then go straight into this. I forgot, so we're doing it now. But it's kind of like 1990s, but it's a little more intense. And if you have like a bench or my couch works. It's just right here, and then you just kind of fall into it. Try to keep this leg as like straight this way as you can. So it's just like this, and you just Alright, for these next two, I don't see people doing nearly enough, but calf stretch, I like to find a pole or like a wall that I can, press up against and just really lean into it. Alright, I don't have that right now, so I'm not gonna do that one. Again, you can roll out your calf like this. But the second thing that I don't see, like I've never seen anybody do this, except for people who showed it to me and myself. Take this, and you want to find like a table, like the one behind you, for balance, because you really don't want, you want your other foot, the one that's not being rolled out, off the ground, so you can put as much pressure on this foot as you can. Now, take it easy, because it hurts, I'm not gonna lie, but just rolling out that foot can really, it relaxes at least for me, it relaxes my toes and allows them to spread out. And toes that are spread out allows more grip and more stability. Alright, that's pretty much it for lower body. Now, obviously, there's some stuff that I just couldn't do because of, the environment. But I feel like I still got a pretty good stretch for my lower body. Now we're gonna move on to upper body. I'm gonna start with the stuff that I know I can't do, or that I'm just not going to do, like bands. I'm not gonna do today is have this stretch where I find like the corner of the wall, and so like if the corner's converging like this, right? I'm like this on the wall and I stretch. You can do it in a doorway too. You know, take a doorway like this. I like to do that one. But just really stretching the pecs and all this right here. So those are two I'm not gonna do. Another one I'm not gonna do is actually I think that's it. So let's jump in. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is a variation of the stretch I do. I normally do this standing up, where it's just you take, you know, one hand and then you grab something here and you like pull up. So there's like a stretch here. I'm just gonna sit down and do it so I can like pull like on my leg like this. I'm just gonna go straight like this. Okay, now here's where I find the wall and take on the cross ball. And you know, put it like right here, just move it around just like we were doing with the hip. Just move it around, find that spot that's really, you know, tight, just break that up, move it a little bit. I'm gonna do it on the floor just because I'm not gonna mess up my walls. So yeah. All right, and then the last thing before I do bands, a little arm circuit, nothing too strenuous. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. Like I said, this was not a tutorial. This was just me showing you what I do. I hope you got something from it. Maybe, take some of these stretches and do them yourself. Comment below, tell me what you want to see in the near future, as we step into this new season. I mean that literally, by the way, like this new baseball season. Tell me what type of content y'all want to see, what things you want to see